Hey everybody, need a second to get everything set up here. Get this plugged in so we don't have those issues we had that one time. And all of that kind of stuff. Oh my gosh. Of course this is going to do this now. Stop. I'm just pulling this up on my iPad, and I'm going to get started because I would love to get everything done. Okay. Hey everybody. Give me 1 second, and I'm going to actually kind of just start and do what I can because I've got a lot of stuff going on, and I have been not feeling my best the last couple days. Like, not sick, just tired. And I'd love to get stuff in. This light has not blinked since the last live, and I thought whatever I did, I fixed it. And now I'm coming back and it's blinking again. Oh my gosh. Because, like, I didn't look for another light because I thought I fixed it because it just stopped blinking, and now all of a sudden it's back to blinking. This is so annoying. Well, we're gonna have to deal with it again because, like I said, it hasn't blinked since, so I haven't tried to fix it. Oh my goodness. How annoying. Like, that is just, yeah. Anyway, so tonight I kind of ran through last week all of our new stuff. So I'm not going to do that again, but you can kind of see as I'm flipping through it, and I'm going to be using some stuff as I go. Hey Alyssa, thanks for joining. I did have a rough weekend. I didn't really talk about the plan sale that much, but the plan sale is going on right now. We are 20% off. I extended it through tomorrow night. The code is OCT 24 plan. And then there's freebies and whatever. So there was like voting stuff and like Americana stuff. Then we had our hockey stuff and then a lot of fall stuff. So that's all in the shop. Plus, of course, everything else is also included in that sale. All the Halloween and Christmas stuff from PVC and everything. So yeah, that's all in there. What I'm going to do today or tonight is I want to plan. I rushed and ordered at midnight. Oh, I'm sorry. If you still wanted to order more, I can combine the shipping and whatever. Just let me know. Yeah, I had a rough week. Not a rough weekend. It was fine. It was just like, it was just very like gloomy and tired and cold here. So I was just like tired and like, it's a rough sports weekend. It was like I didn't want to do anything, and I dropped the ball and didn't like announce it repeatedly like I usually do and any of it. So I was like, I'm just going to extend it. But for further, like for future reference, I typically extend my sale like at least one day. If I'm not going to, like, I'm not positive I will for like Black Friday. I will like tell you like this won't be extended. Like this is it. But I typically like to extend it because I'm one of the people that just doesn't like, I'm always the last minute like, oh shoot, I didn't order anything. And I figure there's more people like me, so I typically, don't stress it. So I typically leave my sales open just because I like when people leave it open. So it's just easier. I'm definitely want to plan my, hi Shelby, how are you? I definitely want to plan my November layout. I did get yesterday or Sunday. If you're a peanut butter taco, if you're a bookworm planner, I got my new bookworm life. It's the perks of living 5 minutes from Monica from Peanut Butter Taco. So I got my new book planner for next year. That's exciting. I don't think I'll have time to set it up today, like anything today. I don't really want to set it up tonight, but I kind of do. But I got that, and I got the dot grid notebook as well. Didn't want to miss a subscriber book. Yeah, I mean, I would have thrown it in anyway. I throw that all like as long as I'm still using the code, I'll still throw freebies in too, just to let you know. So anyway, tonight I was just telling, I don't think you were in here yet, but my light has not blinked once since last live. So I haven't touched it. I'm like, okay, maybe I just like put it in the right spot and it hasn't blinked. It has not stopped blinking since I sat down to do this. So I think this thing is haunted. And now I definitely need to get a new light, because I wasn't going to get a new light because I'm like, oh, hey, whatever I did worked. I don't need it. And now all of a sudden it's blinking again. So that's fun. Or maybe I just moved the table. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm already pretty far ahead. I'm really excited that I am through October. We are already into basically like the first, second, third. So tonight I was thinking of working on my November monthly. Probably won't get to like, that's probably all I'll get to tonight. But if I do have more time, we'll get to like the first week of November. Because if I can get through this like and be done, that would be amazing. This weekend at my planner event, I didn't really work too hard on this, but I got some things put together. This is where I want to put, I want to do like a 24 adventures in 24. So I put this together with our wood grain, one of our wood grain stencils. And then I made this stencil. I don't like how it looks, so I have to go back to the drawing board, but to kind of make it look like hardwood. And it's like Taylor Swift layered candle wax and Polaroids on the hardwood floor. So I'm going to put, the pictures are like going to be Polaroid pictures. I'm going to use our Polaroid stencil to cut sticker paper around the pictures. And then this is going to be like another extension of that. And then I used this to do, this is going to be like my favorite picture from each month. And I just have to charge my sprocket to put those in here as well. So I used our Polaroid stencil and then the one font stencil for that. But that's really all I got done this weekend. I did a lot of talking, so I'm going to get working on this. The other thing I do have is I got, if I can find where I put them, which that might be a thing. I did get my countdown stickers from the sticker party, which that would be fun to do our Christmas countdown too. So that's another possibility if I get done early with that. I do kind of want to figure out how I want to do this though, because I did also, sticker party just has the Hallmark ones, but I ordered from Caffeine Queens. They were also in the plan sale. I ordered it was like the other network, so like Netflix and all that. So I have that. So that's another possibility. Maybe put this down. I don't know. We'll see. But let's get working on my November monthly. And that way, you know, at least we'll get something done. Or I'll call it a night early, which would be great too. So, how's everybody doing? Anybody have a good weekend or have some fun things coming up this week? Or let's do, so this is going to be inside. Let me grab my pages for the outside first. I feel like that's, you guys had a better weekend than I did. It wasn't like bad. It just was, I don't know, just wasn't good, if that makes sense. That sounds dumb, but it wasn't bad. It just wasn't anything. Like I said, it was a rough sports weekend. The Tigers got knocked out of the playoffs, and Ohio State lost, and I lost my freaking boyfriend in fantasy football this week. Like, bad weekend. So I'm cranky. And it was just like really rainy and dreary and like just one of those weekends. It just seems like nothing went right. So that was why I kind of went to I don't want to talk to anybody. And I think also coming right off of PVC, when I originally applied for this sale, I read the dates wrong. I thought it was November, whatever, to 11th. And so I was like, okay, that's far enough from PVC. I can do that. It was not. So, yeah, that was part of the reason. The back-to-back was not what I intended. But we made it work. And now I have like some time before Black Friday, which is good. I'm just looking through to decide what... I feel like I have so many good November wreaths. It's more Halloween. More Halloween-y. This is one of my favorites. And the sunflowers always. I was thinking about adding this somewhere. For whatever reason, like, I love fall. I do love fall, though. I'm not a huge Halloween person, but I love fall. And it's just, like, I always have so many, like, good fall designs ready. I think it's my favorite season to design for. Like, I always thought it would be Christmas, just because I'm a Christmas girl. But fall's just so easy. Like, I just like leaves. Oh, I like this one, too. It's gonna be so hard to do. Okay. I do want to use, I really want to use the, I pulled it out already. The new pumpkin and sunflower one. Like, that's just so good. So I was thinking about doing that, like, on this page. And I was thinking about using one of, like, the leaf wreaths. But now I'm thinking, like, it would make sense because this already has a sunflower on it. To just do the big sunflower and put October in the center, or November in the center of it. To kind of tie that all in. And then I could still put, like, some leaves around it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Because that makes sense to me, I think. So let's start by working on our new stencil. This is the first time I'm using this. I'm excited. Okay. Let's take this down. Like I said, because I'm working on a loose leaf, I do like to also take this down. I'm trying to be better about not, like, inking on my desk. It comes off, but it's just like, I don't know. Then when I'm like moving other sheets of paper around, like, I feel like it's so much easier to get stuff on it. So I'm going to try to be better about that. So I'm just trying to place where I want everything. And I want to make sure I don't have that tape from the bottom down there. Definitely want to have a good tape off on here. And then since this goes over the side of the paper, I can just kind of put like one little piece down. All right, and then like I said, on this side, I'm going to do the big sunflower because that's easy. And it's always really fun to do too, I feel like. So let's pick out some good colors. Like, I feel like that's also a big, this wild honey is a really good fall color. And we're going to do mustard seed for, like, our yellow. This rusty hinge is a good brown. I'm going to do pumpkin, and then I want, like, a good red. Fired brick's a good one. But you can also go, like, deep maroon. And let's get a green. The forest moss is good. We could pull an actual green in here, too. So I'm just going to leave all these out as, like, color options. And then I do want, like, the brown for the inside of the sunflower, too. Okay. So I think I'm going to start, actually, with the sunflower. And I'm going to do the sunflower the way I generally do it, which is start with our yellow on the outside. And I'm not going to worry too much about... I'm not going to worry too much about getting, like, into these pumpkins and stuff because that orange will just mix in with the yellow. But if you were worried about it, you could use a smaller brush. You could definitely use one of our little brushes. And I'm kind of feeling that way. Like on the inside, go ahead and just get it on the inside there because you're just going to color it in brown anyway. So that just kind of works. And I am starting in the middle and kind of going out because you do have a few little dangly bits here. It's so funny that this is like all of a sudden blinking again. It's gonna drive me nuts. If you weren't here earlier, I literally, since I got off live last week, this hasn't blinked a single time. And I was like, oh, I must have just like found that perfect angle. It's good now. I don't need to touch it. And as soon as I sat down tonight and like rushed to sit down, I sat down here, and as soon as I turned around, it started, I was like, are you serious? So with this one, I'm going to still kind of go a little bit in here. I like to give this just like a little bit of a, I don't know, I call it like a glow, I guess. So I'm just kind of going on the inner ring here. And you'll see when I do the other one, this is the exact same way I do the big sunflower too. I gave it like an inside ring of an orange. And then I do one more pass, and that's the inside with brown, but I do kind of spill that brown over a little bit onto that outer like flower ring. I just feel like it gives it a good depth of color. So this I'm really more going on the inside, but I am letting a little bit get in the outside. And then after this, I will go back with that orange and kind of go back over that. To kind of blend that brown out a little bit and just give it more an orange too. And then I think I did a little bit much, so I'm going to go back with yellow. And this is the good thing about the oxides, is that even on the brown, I can kind of smooth out with just using yellow. I'm going to get a little bit more orange. And then we're going to go back over with brown because we got some color, a little bit of, not bleed, but fuzziness, I guess. Let's pick this up real quick. I just kind of want to see how this is looking. Okay, good. It's still looking good. For a second, I was a little nervous. Okay. So now I am going to grab our little brushes, and I'm going to hit these little leaves with some nice deep green. Even though we're in November, there still is a little bit of green. Definitely on our pumpkin leaves. And again, because there's these dangly little pieces, for this portion, I am starting kind of at that dangly piece and going outward. Just helps it to stay in place a little bit better. Hey, Katie. Consolation shopping. Yeah. Well, I'd say sorry, but I mean, you guys beat us, so my weekend was not good. Between that and Ohio State, I was like, it was a rough sports weekend for me, so. Yeah. Yeah, so the code's still good. It's definitely still valid and everything. I extended it through tomorrow, so, which is kind of my general, what I extended to. Is the game on right now? Has it started yet? It started at 8, right? I saw they lost last night. I was watching Taylor. I mean, the baseball game. See, the thing is the boyfriend is a Yankees fan. We were actually talking about if they go to game 5, potentially going down there for the weekend. Or not for the weekend, but for the game. Because he's never been to a Yankees game. The Lions did do great. That was the only good part of the weekend. Thank God something happened good. Thankfully, there was like one bright spot. The weekend was not a banner weekend for me, personally. Because I also lost in fantasy to my boyfriend, which is the worst part. Because it's him. I don't like losing. And I don't like losing to him more than that. It was not a great weekend for sports for me. Technically, I don't. See, this is like my win-win situation. If Cleveland wins, at least the Yankees didn't. And if the Yankees win, at least he's happy. So, you know. We're your only bright spot. I know. God. I was so bummed at that game. Ugh. But yeah, we were talking about possibly, because game 5 would be Saturday. I couldn't do game 4 because I couldn't get off work early enough on Friday, but game 5 would be Saturday in Cleveland. And he's never been to a playoff game. Like, his first Yankees game was this year when I took America against the Tigers. And so he's never been to a playoff game. So he had talked about getting Tigers Guardians tickets was it the Guardians? Yeah, the Guardians tickets, whatever game we won in Detroit. But then we were like, thankfully I didn't watch it. I mean, I was paying attention the whole time, but thankfully I was somewhere that I did not have cable. Because I heard all about it. Multiple times. I was very glad that it wasn't in the cards to watch it. I don't even know. The good thing is like we didn't. Hi, Lisa. The good thing is we didn't lose by much. We lost to a team that was only one down from us. Like, it's not like we lost to an unranked team. And like by all accounts, and it was on the road, and by all accounts, like, we played like crap, but still could have and should have won it. So, I mean, like, it's brutal, but I feel like this year with the playoff, it's not quite as brutal as it would have been most years. Because, I mean, like, if you don't win the Big Ten, like, you don't win the Big Ten. Like, as long as they do well, you know, and don't blow some really dumb games, they're still gonna make the playoffs. And like, yeah, it'd be better to get a bye. It would be better to be on a home field, but like, you know, if you get in, at least you get in. All right, so let's pull this back. Ooh, I like this. Love it. Okay. So then I'm gonna take, let me grab, how are you doing, Lisa? Everything with the storms all good for you guys? I actually looked up your address in Google. Yeah, the repercussions aren't huge. It was just, yeah, for sure. Thank you. Yeah, for sure. And like, I really wanted to win. Like, especially after the Tigers lost, I was like, I just need this. I just need this game to go our way. And like, again, like, at least it wasn't bad, right? Like, it wasn't enjoying a week off work for sure. It's not like bad in the long run. It just, especially after the Tigers lost, it would have been really, really, really good to win that game. And it just wasn't in the cards, I guess. I'm off screen real quick so I can look at my calendar. 5 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. I'm just going to kind of add some random colors in here. I need my red. I feel like this is when I'm like, eh, whatever. Yeah, this is definitely my new favorite, my favorite new stencil. My new favorite, because the big sunflower is still my favorite. Like, I don't know that I'm ever going to get away from that being my favorite. I don't really know why this is like, why I do this here, because it's not like I can't just open up a page and get the full calendar, but I like having the little one here for whatever reason. Okay. So there's the first side of our, hang on, I gotta pull up, I've got to pull up our live again. Pumpkin Sunflower is one of my new, it's definitely my favorite new stencil. Although I do really like all the new hockey stuff. Like, I'm obsessed with, like, I am in this group of making patterns out of, like, not unhinged stuff, but, like, I have so much, like, I went on a design spree in the last, like, 2 weeks. Like, I have so much stuff designed, like, for several releases. And I don't even know that all of it will even come to, like, fruition. Because I just have, like, so much designed. And it's all, like, I hope you guys like this style. Because, I mean, I'm not that I'm going to, like, not design, like, layouts and, like, icon stuff and, packages, but it's all in this like vein of like the pattern is like kind of fun, but like out of like something random like a hockey skate, but it makes like a pattern like palm trees and dolphins and anchors and just like all this like mittens and like it runs the gamut of like it runs the gamut of like things that are patterned, but like they're all just like I'm working on travel stuff, so I've got a lot of like, I think I've got like a luggage one like that. I've got a couple different plain ones. I've got, I'm working on a postage stamp one. I've got, I started on Seattle stuff. I started on Vancouver stuff. I know Australia. I don't know if Dana's in here, but I think she talked about Australia, so I'm working on that. So like, I think Black Friday is going to be travel and like basics. I'm going to put those, let me keep working while I'm talking about this, but I'm going to put those month blockers. I think you guys were all here. Most of you were here. Last week when I showed you guys those monthly like headers. I can pull them out because I'm really excited about these. Like, these have a lot of potential for like, I could do different font types. Like, you know, obviously numbers will come at some point and even just like individual letters, but like these like blocker combos for like my November would just say like November, and I could either use this inside and put a pattern inside it or use a whole page pattern and block out those letters. So I could have the whole year of that. Like each of those are going to probably come out for December or for Black Friday. I'm working on like a notepad stencil that I actually have a use for in my current journal, so I want to get that done. I'm just working on a ton of stuff. Like I have a ton of stuff, like to the point where I'm like, I'm gonna have to like hold myself back from just being like, there, just like use it all. Like a good problem to have, because like as long as I can like pace myself well, it'll be good. Just I have a hard time pacing myself with that kind of stuff. So like Christmas is gonna probably be like, I'm trying to think. I don't have a ton of Christmas stuff. I definitely have a lot of Christmas stuff. But it's not like, it's probably about the normal ton of me. But like, that's like the last thing that has to be out at a certain time. But I've been, you know, like with the Northern Lights being, I've been working on new Northern Lights stencils and one that's like a pattern of the Northern Lights. I just have like a lot of stuff in mind. So, slightly chaotic, but I've got a lot of stuff coming in mind coming, so. I'm definitely ready for like, when it's finally time to be like, okay, I can start doing beach stuff again. I'm ready for that. Cause I've been partially designing for like SGS and, all that kind of stuff. I'm just ready. I'm like ready for it. I've got some new, like, I'm working on like, oh, the only other thing that probably will come out before Black Friday is also, like a New Year's Eve. So, same thing on this one. I'm going to start on the outside with that nice bright yellow. Also, like, is that the color I use? Do I use fossilized amber usually? No, definitely not. So yeah, so there's a lot of stuff. A lot of like potential for stuff coming. I hate that you're missing that too, Lisa. I really wish you were coming. I think Maria's vending. It would be good to have you there. I wish you were coming. I'm really excited for my my session. I'm nervous though. I'm really nervous. I don't know why, because like, but I feel comfortable with you guys, so I'm not like, oh no, I can't get on live. The good thing about my session is that I'm doing it with Mallory from Sugar Pop Fizz. And like, we've done one of these lives before and I've seen her a lot and I'm comfortable. I'm totally comfortable with her. So like, at least I have like a friend, you know what I mean? But I wish you were going to be there. So I'm like, okay, I can just pretend like I'm like showing this to Lisa and it'll be fine. And not that there's not gonna be other people I know that I can do, but friendly faces for that kind of thing is always a plus. I used to be like terrified of public speaking and I really don't have that issue, but I feel like this is the first time it's going to be a little like nerve-wracking. I did do a session in Atlanta, but it was only 100 people and like this is like 250. So I just feel like it's more, like it's a little more, it's more intense and more nerve-wracking, but I think I'll be okay. But I do wish that like, I wish that more of like our people were going to be there. You know what I mean? Okay. So now the same thing, I'm going to go in with our carved or spice. Oh, I want to do carved pumpkin. That's, I think, why I don't like that orange in that one. Let's do carved pumpkin. That's my favorite orange for fall. Thank you. I think so too. I'm not worried about it, but I'm just like a little worried. You know what I mean? And then for a week in early December. Yeah, I wish you were going to be there. Just doing kind of big circles and kind of letting this go as far into that as I want to. Hopefully the weather stays good. I am worried that there'll be like another hurricane. That's like my biggest fear right now. That's not the one I want to use. I want to use walnut stain. And again, I kind of let this go very lightly into this because I think it gives it a little bit of depth. I went a little further on the one on the other page. And a little darker. It made it a little bit muddier, but that's okay. Just gonna give this a nice, good bit. And this is fun because this is like, it's so cool. It's like that other one. This is definitely my favorite. Ooh, we got a little bit of overspray on this one though. Let's see what we can do for that. Let's put that back down and went under my stencil, that's why. That's okay, it still looks good. All right, so then I'm gonna use, I'll put this in here. Oh no. I have this great, it's a Karen marker. And it gives us this beautiful, like, coppery, and it's dry. Shoot. Sugar jets. Oh my gosh, Katie. Do I have the best story for you? My 5-year-old nephew, my brother is a huge Michigan fan. My 5-year-old nephew, like 3 weeks ago, stayed over here. His parents had a wedding, and we were playing, like, I don't know, not San Diego State, Western Michigan, Fresno State, one of those, like, it's like not hard games. Oh, this is not working. That makes me so sad. This is the prettiest gold. I need to get a new one. Anyway, so we were playing, Ohio State was playing, like, whoever, you know, a whatever team, not like a Oregon or whatever. And so he was asking me who I was rooting for, and I was like, oh, you know, I'm rooting for Ohio State. And he was like, well, why? And I was like, well, that's where I went to college there. Like, you know how you like Michigan, and your daddy likes Michigan, whatever. Like, I went to school at Ohio State, so I like Ohio State. Let's see if this one's Oh, it's November. Oh, my goodness. Okay, this story will be continued in a minute. Oh, okay. Well, good thing this isn't working, because we're just going to add a little more ink over this and make it, and try to do it a little differently. Anyway, so he, you know, I was telling him, like, this is my team, whatever. Well, then they played Michigan State, and my boyfriend went to Michigan State. So we, like, told him, like, oh, he's like, well, who do you want to win? And I was like, well, I want Ohio State. And I was like, but Alex wants Michigan State. And he was like, oh, well, sorry, Alex. Like, I want Ohio State. And I was like, cool, buddy. So then he started asking for a t-shirt, an Ohio State shirt. And I was like, dude, I'll buy you one. But, like, you have to get your dad to tell me it's okay, because I'm not buying you a shirt, you know, and then your dad's going to, like, throw it away. But I will totally do it. So, you know, if he tells me you can have one, I'll get you one. No big deal. And I was like, you know, I was jokingly like, but you have to wear it when, you know, Ohio State plays Michigan. And he was like, well, I'm not going to do that, but I still really want a shirt. And he's 5. So I was like, okay. And I kind of let it go, because I was like, you know, I know my brother, and I know my brother would try to throw it out. So I was like, you know, I'm just going to drop it. I'm not telling him. I'm just going to drop it and, you know, let it be whatever. Well, then last week he was like, Coco, I still really want that shirt. When are you buying it for me? And I was like, you know what? Get your dad to tell me. And he finally did. My brother was like, well, whatever. But I'm going to make fun of you when you wear it. Like, whatever. So I get it to him, and he gets it, and he's so excited about it. Well, fast forward to Friday. My brother's high school's homecoming game was on Friday, and he was telling my mom, like, oh, you know, I think I'm going to take Jackson there. You know, he likes football, and, you know, I can show him where I went to high school, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so, oh my God, I put O again. Oh my gosh. This is like a disaster. Okay. Let's try to salvage this, and then I will. This, like, I really want it to be November, I guess. So anyway, the last time I did the sunflower as my monthly cover, it was October, and I keep thinking of that, and I think that's why I keep trying to put October. He, you know, he was going to take him. He told my mom that. And so he called my mom. My brother called my mom on Friday. My mom was like, oh, are you guys on your way to his high school? And my brother was like, no, I'm at the store. My nephew's being, my son's being a little jerk. He's peeing me off. Like, I'm not taking him. And so everyone's like, oh, okay. You know, whatever. They finish their conversation. He hangs up. And I kid you not, less than 5 minutes later, I get a FaceTime. And I'm sitting there at dinner with my mom and my aunt. And my nephew is like, hey, Coco, I just wanted to know, does Ohio State have a number 4? And I was like, a number 4? He's like, yeah, on their team. And I'm like, I mean, I think so. Let me double check. Like, let me look. And I was like, yeah, like, and it's actually one of our better players. Like, and he's like, okay, because I want a number 4 jersey, a number 4 Ohio State jersey. And I was like, what? And he's like, I want a number 4 Ohio State jersey. That's what I want. And I was like, buddy, like, don't you think you want like a Lions jersey or like a Tigers or a Red Wings? He's like, no, I want a number 4 Ohio State jersey. And I'm like, okay, dude, like, you got it, bud. Like, Christmas is coming up. You got it. And so he hangs up the phone and I looked at my aunt and my aunt was like, what did your brother do to that boy? He just called you and asked you for an Ohio State jersey. Because, like, again, he still likes Michigan. He tells me he likes Ohio State and Michigan. Like, so whatever my brother did was, like, he just called out of the blue. Well, I called my sister-in-law. I was like, what did my brother do to Jackson? And she was like, nothing, why? And I was like, you know, I told her the whole story. I was like, you know, he just told mom this. And then, you know, Jackson called me and she was like, oh, no. We were talking about Christmas and like how he wants all these toys for Christmas and they're toys that like he doesn't play with. Like he doesn't play with Paw Patrol anymore, but he wants to ask for a bunch of Paw Patrol toys. And she was like, I said, well, why don't you ask for some jerseys? Like, you know, you like sports. Why don't you ask for like a Lions jersey or an Ohio or a Michigan jersey or whatever? And he said, well, I'm going to ask Aunt Coco if there's a number 4 because I want number 4. It was just so funny because like within 5 minutes of like my brother calling and complaining about my nephew, how like bad he was being and how annoying he was being, less than 5 minutes later, my nephew like called me and was like, well, I'm gonna like really tick my dad off and be like, now I'm gonna be an Ohio State fan. Like, it was just so funny and so cute. It turned out to not like be related, but the coincidence of it was so hilarious that like I just could not stop laughing. Like, and I just think it's so funny because I would not put it past that boy either to be like, you know what? Screw you, Dad. No, I like Ohio State. But it was so funny, like, ugh, I couldn't even. So long story short, I ordered him one. I went like right on eBay because it was the only place I could find a number 4 kids jersey. I ordered it. I called him back and I was like, okay, so when I'm looking, like what color? And he was like, well, there's like gray, there's black, there's white, there's red. He's like, no, I want white. I want red. So I was supposed to take him to the Columbus Zoo for his birthday this summer. But the summer got away from us, you know, his parents wanted to go and this and that. And it just never worked out for us. We never had like a weekend that we could all go. And so I had told him like, hey, like, then he wanted some shoes for school. Well, I had told him instead of doing Columbus, like we could do that next year for your birthday next year if you still want to go, but I'll get you your shoes. Well, when I took him to get his shoes and I tried them on him, they didn't fit. And they didn't have the next size up. My brother was like insistent that these shoes fit. And they did not. Like he could not get anything on. And so I was like, look, like we can come back, but like, these do not fit. I'm not buying him a $70 pair of shoes that does not fit. And so he hasn't gone back with me yet. So that's why we haven't gotten those. But so now I was like, I told my sister-in-law, I was like, look, I'm going to order him this jersey because like if I get it for him for Christmas, like the season's pretty much over then. I said, I'm just going to order the jersey for me from me for his birthday. And then, you know, if he still wants the shoes, like I can get him for Christmas. Because like those shoes did not fit him. And we haven't gone. And like he wants this jersey and now at least he can have the jersey for football season, you know. So yeah, so he's got an Ohio State jersey coming. It's so funny though. He's so smart. And he is so sweet. But it's funny because he's like, oh yeah, I like Ohio State, but I like Michigan too. And I'm like, man, that's not how it works, bud, but okay. Whatever you want to say, because he lost his first tooth. And so, like, he's, like, on a high of, like, he thinks the world revolves around him anyway, but he's on a high of that. So this is one of the newest of the, like, autumny stencils. And I like this one, too. It's very, very detailed. Like I was saying earlier, like, fall is just, like, that season that, like, it's just so easy to design for. Like, doing the leaves and stuff is just so... Leaf stencils are, like, my favorite to do. Just because there's so many fun... Like, it's so easy to stencil, but it's also so, like... You can do fun colors and... It always looks so freaking pretty. But yeah, so then on Sunday I had to be like, look, buddy, did you see we lost? Like, and he's like, yeah, but that's okay, because they're going to win more. And I'm like, I know. And he was like, did number 4 do anything? And I was like, yeah, I think, you know, whatever. I mean, I didn't watch the game, so I was just like, yeah, sure. It's just so funny. It's funny because he's like the kind of kid that it doesn't matter who is playing. If there are 2 teams playing, he has to know which team we want to win. Like, and so like I think that's the way he can like reconcile his mind. I mean, he doesn't get like rivalries yet, right? Like, he's little, he doesn't get that. But it's just so funny. He's so funny. So this is going to be my 1 line a day. I'm trying to see like where we're at. I'm kind of cruising through this, but... Yes, we wish you were voting for if the game's on. Yeah, it's funny because it's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who is, like, Delaware could be playing Washington, and he'd be like, do we want the blue team or the red team? Like, he has to know. It's funny. It's adorable. Okay. I just for a second thought that I did this upside down. I was going to be really sad. I also today just got in my election kit for from Sugar Pop Fizz, so that's gonna be probably next week. I don't think I'm gonna do it this week. I'm gonna either get off of here early and try to work on some of your orders, or I'm gonna do our Christmas thing. I did also, though, hang on one second, I'm gonna go and grab this real quick. I worked on this weekend. I just have to figure out how to digitize it, and then it's gonna go out to our mailing list. So I used our new stencils. I hope this will fit on here. It's probably gonna have to be like a scan. Or like, yeah, we'll go sideways. Kind of like I use a really big paper because it's the only one I had without dot grid. But this is gonna go. I'm gonna send this out to the mailing list that you guys can like print, and you can use on election night to like you know, color in the States for, the election, color in the electoral college votes and stuff. If you want to, obviously you don't have to. But I'm going to send that out to the mailing list probably this coming weekend. So, yeah. All right, so there was that one. And then the last thing we'll do, what do I want to do for, I feel like I kind of want to just do like leaves. That'll be the, my mood tracker. I'm gonna find some like, ooh, I could do pumpkin pie slice. I don't like pumpkin pie though. Right, exactly. I think I'm gonna, for me specifically, I'm gonna like try to pick a project. I don't know what that project will be, but like something like easy. Like I'm gonna work on something that's like not stressful or hard or that I have to concentrate too hard on. But I definitely want a project because I cannot sit in like stress. Because I was like very, very confident that like most of the world was thinking one way. And then I got to talking to some people this weekend and I am not so confident anymore in that. Okay. I definitely don't want to use this one if I'm using it. I just want some like easy leaves to copy, but like that are good size. I feel like I should have made like a leaf tracker one. You can totally also make your own, like if you have a Pull work in 2020, so I passed on the couch and watched coverage within like 15 minutes. But like the thing with 2020 was like we didn't know for several days, and that was more stressful. I don't know. I think I just desperately want it to like be a blowout so we don't have to worry about it. Because I feel like I'm just going to be worrying about it all night. I could do acorns, but I think I'm just going to do some of these like easier leaves. So let's do a... pick out some like fall-ish colors. Yeah, it's gonna be a wild ride, I think. And that's gonna be like, I'm just gonna be coming back from SGS, like, and like, I just printed out, or I've just started printing out my, like, little blurb to put in with, like, all the stuff I'm handing out. And in there, I'm like, oh, I go live on Tuesdays. And I want to be like, except this one, because it's gonna be really bad. Please don't show up to my shop group this Tuesday. Okay. So I am just going to start, like, tracing these. And we only need 30. So I'm going to probably go to the ones that are, like, easier. That don't have a lot of, like, sharp points. And if it's smart, I would just number these as I went. Not that smart, though. I like already feel sick over it though, to be honest. Like, especially with all the ads ramping. And I live in, well, I don't know. Ohio's really not considered a swing state anymore, is it? Are you guys getting a lot of ads, or is it like a little more chill seeing that it's like less of a swing state than it used to be? I mean, it used to be like super contentious. But it's like on every single platform, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, on the TV, on streaming, you're still getting all that. We are just getting so much, and I'm just like, oh, make it stop. I care, but I just don't want to see it. I know. I wish, like, you could, like, I've already voted. Please don't show me any more political ads. I mean, I haven't already voted, but I already know who I'm voting for. I'm just waiting for early voting to open up. I could have gotten an absentee, but I kind of just want to go in person and... Oh, God. I'm sure you do. Of course you do. Is that for, I don't know, is Vance's seat up? Or is he, his seat's not up. The one time I want Ohio to go blue. I used to hate that. I'm like, really? Like, this is the worst. I feel like it would be easier to get people to go blue if it wasn't associated with go blue. When I was in college, it was the, my freshman year was the Bush-Kerry election. And I remember, like, they had a Ohio State, like Dems shirts that had, like, George W. Bush, wrong for Ohio, and the W was the upside-down Michigan logo. It always made me laugh. Oh, I mean, like, I don't, like, that's all I watch some, like on Hulu and, like, Netflix and stuff, but, like, even that just has so many ads. I'm like, ugh, make it stop, please. I know who I'm voting for. I'm not the ideal candidate for this ad. You're wasting your money on me. Like, I know they say if you vote early, like, they'll stop calling you because it takes your name off of it. And I'm like, can that work for ads too? Like, if I'm like, hey, I already voted, please take this off my TV. Ramping up in Maryland. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. The other, like, it was a few weeks ago, but Harris was in Detroit with Oprah, and I was coming home from trivia, and we didn't know it was that same night, and we were passing the Detroit airport, and we got stuck by the Detroit airport for like 20 minutes because there was all the gift cards. Shared brown. Oh, okay, I got it. Like, I wish we could just, like, can I opt out of these, please? I'm done. I know who I'm voting for. I'm not one of the people that hasn't done their homework. I've done my homework. I know. I'm part of the group project that's already done. Like, I was that kid in high school. Like, and they just make me so anxious. Like, I'm really happy. I have, like, a personal TikTok and a shop TikTok, obviously. And so, like, it's funny because my shop TikTok, like, from the beginning, I kind of just, like, curated to just be, like, crafty, like, journals and junk journals and crafty stuff. And, like, of course, obviously a little bit of Taylor Swift because, you know me. And it's so funny because it's, like, sometimes that I'm, like, ready to see all that stuff, right? I'm like, show me all the videos. Show me all the good news and all the videos and all the hopeful stuff. And other times I'm like, if I hear another political thing, I will just explode. Please just show me people rifling through piles of craft supplies. That's all I want, please. But then, of course, you still get the, like, political ads and stuff, and I'm like, ugh, please don't. So then after this, I will do the inside with our calendar. And then I honestly think after that I would probably get off of here kind of early. Hopefully a little bit early. Still not quite done with all this yet, so not for sure gonna be a little early, but hopefully. How are the Guardians doing, Katie? I think I said I was going to do in these, like, chunky ones. Not chunky ones, but spiky ones. Down 3, no. Oh, no. But, like, I also need Cleveland to win, like, 2 games. Like, keep it before Game 5. Keep it close enough that tickets are still really expensive, and I don't have to go down there next Saturday. Because, like, it'd be fun, but I also just have a lot of stuff to do. And I don't want to spend it in Cleveland. I mean, I do. Like, I would love to go. It'd be fun, but the more I think about everything I have to do, like, the more I just really need that weekend to be not busy. 6 guys on base. Yikes. I have a couple of jams to prevent them scoring more. Yesterday was rough. Like, those 2 pass ball runs were... Yikes. I stopped watching it for a while. I saw Taylor and Travis there, and I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to watch for a little bit. And then I stopped watching. Okay. So, there's our outside. And then the last thing we'll do is we'll do the monthly layout. Let me grab patterns. I definitely want to go down there for a game next year, though. It'd be fun. I kind of want to do it next year since, like, I don't have any big travel plans. I'm, like, hesitantly, like, I'd love to do, like, both New York's and Boston and Philly. Like, take, like, 5 days and go out, like, east and do that. And then do, like, Cleveland and Cincinnati, maybe Chicago. I mean, those can be done on weekends. 4 of their runs were from walks. Oh, dang. I saw the 2 wild pitches, and then I saw the home run. And then I saw, I think it was a deep fly, or, you know, just a fly out to center, scored a run. So I saw that, but then I didn't see after that. Other than I turned it, like, in the bottom of the 9th, or bottom of the 8th. That would be super fun. I would totally do that. I've actually been to, what's it called now? I think it's Progressive now. What was it before that? I mean, I know it's the same stadium, but I was there probably 2009, maybe 8 or 9, something like that. Okay, let's see. We're gonna do 3 on that side and 4 on this side, I think. I'm gonna do 3 on this side, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, right? I would totally do that. That would be super fun. Jacobs Field, yeah. I think it had just changed to Progressive. Or, like, it was, I don't remember. But we went, and it was fun. we went for a Tigers. We actually stayed, I think that's the one we stayed in the same hotel as the Tigers. We did for like 2 or 3 years in a row. We called them Tiger trips. And so we went to Baltimore one year. We went there. I think it was actually only 2 years in a row. So we went, no, you know what? 2004 was when I went because I was still in high school, I think. And then I don't know, whatever. Anyway, we did like Tiger trips. We went to Baltimore, we went to there. And then the one year, like several years after, we went Atlanta's last baseball field. We went the last weekend the Tigers played there for their like closing of the stadium weekend. And so we went to the Friday night and they played Saturday, and then we went to Sunday night's game. And that was super fun. We're going to go this way and kind of center it in the center. So let's cross out those bottom guys. Yeah, like it just so happened they were playing the Tigers, and that was the one that's like, I don't know if you've ever driven through Atlanta, but it used to be like right off of 75. Like you could see it as you were driving through Atlanta. And so, oh, I don't want to do it that high though. Okay. We're just going to move this little stencil. Like you could see the entire stadium right off of 75. So like every year, I mean for like 20 years, we would say every time we went through, we were like, one of these years we have to drive down and watch, you know, it's not that far. One of these years. And then it finally was like the last season, and we just so happened to notice. You've never been to Atlanta's ballpark or Atlanta in general? Because both are super fun. So we just so happened to like notice that the Tigers were there on the last weekend, and we were like, well, we've got to do that. So we flew down, and my cousins from Florida drove up, and we did their last weekend, and that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. In general, yeah, it's a fun city. Their aquarium is like better than I even imagined. Like it's like notoriously amazing, and it's huge, but it's like even better than I imagined. Like people talked about it, and I was like, oh yeah, it's cool. It's a great aquarium. It was like 10 times better than I thought it was gonna be, and I thought it was gonna be good. I took my nephew. We had a family member get married in Atlanta, and they live in Atlanta, but he got married in Atlanta. He lives there. And so we flew down for the week of his wedding, and I went actually a couple days earlier and stayed and hung out with my friend that lives down there. And then we met up with my family, and then I went to, we took my nephew like the Monday before we flew out to the aquarium, and he was like super into baby shark at the time. And they have this one tank that is just like all sharks. Oh my God, he was having like the time of his life there. And he was little. He was like 2, 3. He was just like, he had the time of his life. He was so happy. He was so, oh my gosh, he was so into it. It was cool. But the aquarium was super cool. Like if you like sea life at all, they had like everything. Huge like beluga whales and like sharks and like whale sharks, and it was just crazy. Like it was crazy good. Oh, if you love aquariums, like 100% you have to go to Atlanta. Like it was so cool. And they also have like the World of Coke there, which we didn't do. I've never been to, but they also have the College Football Hall of Fame. Again, I've never been there, but like it's the College Football Hall of Fame. They have a lot of cool stuff there. And like obviously, in the place where their new baseball stadium is, when we went for that wedding, he had some of his like, you know, like Friday night stuff it's called the Battery. It's like this whole big like you know how the Arena District is in Columbus, where like there's like a lot of bars and restaurants, but it's like that, except like 100 times, like, I don't want to say crazier, but 100 times more, like, more. There's just so much stuff there. It's wild for sure. It's like, it's just like bars and restaurants and shops and like living area, and it's this whole big thing. So we went by the stadium. We didn't actually go to a game that time, but it was cool. It's definitely something I would like to go down and do a game there too. But yeah, the aquarium is for sure if you're an animal person. 100% you have to do that. If you're like a marine life person. They had like a tank of just sea otters. They had a tank of like sea lions and this and that, and like just all these like specialty exhibits and dolphins, and it was so cool. Like I just want to go back just to go to that because it was really fun. And like, I don't know, it was just like way cooler than I even thought it was going to be. And I thought it was going to be cool. I realized in the last one I didn't put any yellow. So for sure, and like, it's really not, I can't imagine it's any farther for you to Atlanta than it is for us. Like, if you guys are a driving family, like, it's only like 8 hours to Atlanta from us. So I can't imagine it's much more for you guys. So it's like an easy drive. And yes, if you're not from the Midwest, that is an easy drive for us. Yeah, 100%. There's a whole, like, I'm pretty sure the belugas have, like, their own tank. And then they have this one, like, at the very end, it's just this, like, huge, like, this huge, like, and I said, like, huge tank of, like, floor to ceiling, like, probably 30 foot high. It's bigger than, like, 3 football fields, this massive tank of like all like sea turtles and stingrays and this, and like that's where the whale sharks were, and like fish and sharks, and so it was wild. 100% recommend if you're gonna go to Atlanta to go to that if you're like any kind of animal person. So yeah, it's not a bad trip, and it's not I mean, like, even flight-wise, like, flights are not expensive at all either out of there, so. Yeah, it's super cool. 100% recommend doing if you're an animal person. Like, if you're going to go for a baseball game, like, you definitely have to do the aquarium, too. Getting a little bit more dark in here, because I feel like I put more dark on the other side. And I intentionally tried to lighten this up a little bit, but I feel like it's like too light now. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Flying in the Atlanta airport, the Atlanta airport is chaotic. I'm not gonna lie about that one, but it's an easy flight from Detroit, so again, I can't imagine it's worse from Cleveland, especially if you can get a direct flight. And Atlanta's a hub, so, or it's a Delta hub, which is what I typically fly, so, and I mean, like, Spirit flies in there. I don't know if you guys have Spirit, but Spirit, I think Frontier does, you know, all the major. Oh my gosh, I keep wanting to put November because I almost just like, as I was thinking what to put, I was like, oh no, October. I need to get this month down before I put October. Yeah, it's not fun to do connections at the Atlanta airport. And my connections in like the E-terminal. It's so stressful. And of course, I'm always at like the back of the plane. It's just like, if I have time, I don't mind connections through there, because I'm like an airport girly. Like, I like sitting at airports. Or I did before COVID, at least. Post-COVID, I feel like airports are not as fun. Because people are just, like, wild. It really is an experience. Like, if you have time, like, there's a lot of, like, you know, there's a lot of stuff there. Like, there's a lot of restaurants, a lot of, like, random shops. Like, if you have time, it's not too bad. But if you don't have time, that is the worst airport to have a connection through. I will say their international terminal has a lot of stuff, though. It's just way out at the very end of the line. Hi, Heidi. Oh, I almost put 2004. Wow. We're gonna have to do some surgery on this. Oh my god. Like, apparently still in high school, I guess. Oh, technically in November 2004 I was in. Oh man. I need to get off for real. This is so bad. Let's do the top corner. Thank you. That was just drawn in, basically. I wanted to try to do the, like, technique where you, like, touch the tips together, but I always feel like it never works for me. So I just draw it. Trying to get to Key West this summer. Oh, man. Oh, no. I feel like that airport is just so easy to, like, if there's a gate change, it's always from, like, one extreme to the other. And then, like, remember the one time, I know my friend that lives down there, the one time she got home, like, too late and they shut down the tram and they had to, like, walk through all the tunnels and, yeah. It is not my favorite airport. But again, like, if you have time, it's fine. Because, like, there's a lot of stuff to do and a lot of restaurants and a lot of... I'm thinking about doing the sunflowers in this one. Or do I just keep it easy and do with a... Yeah, let's just keep it easy. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. Let's see this one though. I do really like this one. The ATL airport is like, it's not for the faint of heart. And like, because like I fly to Florida a lot, if I have a connection for Florida at least, it's almost always through Atlanta. And like I said, if you have time, you're fine. But if you have time, it's because you're like spending like 6 hours there. And nobody wants to do that, especially like on your way home. Even on your way there, because you're like, I just want to get there. But like on your way home, when you're like, I just want to be done traveling. And like, I'm already left, so like, I don't want to like stay here any longer. Like, I just want to go home. And you're like spending 6 hours in Atlanta. I feel like Atlanta's the one that they also, like, it gets so busy, like, in their lounges and stuff that they have to, like, turn them off. Yeah, exactly. They have to, like, close all their lounges because there's too many people trying to get in. Yeah. I was nervous because when I flew to Italy, that was where I flew through, and I was super nervous. But like my other option was like in a foreign country, and I was like, I don't want to have to go through customs a couple different times. Like this way I can connect with the people I'm traveling with. Like, yeah, I was super nervous about it there too. Thankfully, like I definitely had enough time for that. Like I wasn't going to get on a flight that was a short connection for that flight. And like I said, it's not bad if you have time. I think this one was a good choice. The leaves are small enough to be cute. Cool. And with that, the 2020 season. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so there is the calendar part. Now, I'm gonna have to figure out, tip and tape wise. I'm at the very end of it, and I actually ordered during the hurricane. Sorry, Lauren. I ordered during the hurricane, so she actually just shipped it out today, so which I don't at all blame her. I totally didn't think I'd get it for today. So I'm at the very end of my tip and tape. Yeah, I like these too. This is one of my favorite. This is the new leaf pile, I think it's called. I really need to start like knowing what I name stuff. But it's the newest of the this should be here. Right? Oh, I guess not. It's the newest of the like leaf stencils, so it's definitely in our new releases section. And I'll go through that in a second once I get my tip-in months tipped in. So on this side, we won't do this side yet. Oh no. Okay, yeah, this side. So we won't do this side yet until we do the election layout. So we'll just leave that there. I wish I had like a paper clip. I have one at work. I can do that. And then this side will tip in because we've already planned that next week. And I will have enough for one page, but not both pages, which is perfect because we haven't planned that other week. So that's perfect. Look at that. Using a whole roll of something. I'm proud of myself. I actually grabbed both of the sizes of tip and tape. So we'll try the other size when that one comes in too and see like that might be better as far as like coverage, like on this page, like you get more of the page back. But is it going to make it like less secure? I'm not sure. We will find this out when I get my shipment. So I'm still not a master at this. Like, I feel like the first time I tried this, it, like, went really well. And then ever since that first time, it's, like, not gone well. Like, I'm just not good at it. Updated your stencils. Oh no. Fair. Very fair. So I'll run through the new releases in a second. But yeah, like I said before, all of the, for the plan sale, the code is still active through tomorrow at midnight. So like not tonight at midnight, but Wednesday night at midnight. All the freebies and stuff are still on. And I think I still have some more sampler packs. And then of course every order gets that little, like, what did I do this time? The pumpkin. And then if you're subscribed to our emails at the time of your order, you'll get that little bat reading guy. And then, I think it's orders over 50. Get the, like, Hello Fall. That's what I should have used on here. That would have been cute. Oh, well. But yeah, the new releases are, like, election. Not really election. Honestly, the only one that's, like, specifically election theme is the one that says vote. But the rest of the new releases are, like, there's like the star and stripe one. And then there is, and I'll show you in a minute, like I said. And I actually just put a little piece of washi tape on here so it kind of, I can at least flip it open a little bit. Okay, so there is our November. We used the very brand new, which might be my favorite. It's definitely my favorite new stencil, but these two are probably my favorite stencils in general, other than like the ones that are just so useful. I use it all the time, like, you know, the brush boxes or whatever. But decorative wise, these might be my two favorite that aren't like Taylor Swift or Harry Potter or Ohio State. Like, so this is the very brand new pumpkin and sunflower one, and this, of course, is the big sunflower that's been in the shop for a while, but it's still a fan favorite. So we did the cover photo with that, and then we used the Journaling Basics stencil for that little calendar. Oh, this goes in so well. I'm so glad I used that for this part of the page. I actually kind of want to put some on here, too, now. I might, actually. Let's do that really quick. That'll look good. So anyways, I use this stencil right here, which is another new one. It's our fall leaves pile one, I believe. And then, of course, our rounded brush boxes. Yes, we actually really didn't use a ton of stencils on this one. Just kind of some recurring one. It did turn out really cute. I'm glad I went with the leaves. Because for a minute, I was going to go with just the sunflowers, just to kind of bring the front page in. But I like how it kind of all blends together. Like a gust of wind took this pile of leaves off. I like that. So yeah, so thank you. But yeah, the colors turned out really good too. I almost wish I had left a little more room up top to do some too. So that's our November layout. Next week, I love how the leaves, I do too, like I'm glad I went with that, because when I was first thinking about it, I was going to do the sunflowers, the sweater too. Oh, what I'm wearing, it's my Disney Christmas onesie. I started this was the first one I got, and I got this one in 2020. They do like a Christmas onesie every year, and then 2021, I think, was gray. 2022, I think, was like a light blue. 23 was a dark blue, or switched them, whatever. And I've started getting them for me and my nephews. Like my oldest nephew, I got him one in 2021. And then I've gotten him, I think I got him both years, maybe just last year, I don't know. But I got my two little nephews them, and I actually just ordered them this weekend. They're green again this year. I'm excited to get them. But I got one for me and one for my two oldest nephews. The little one, they didn't have his size, and the baby one, so I'm just going to order him a different, like, Disney Christmas onesie off of Amazon. That's probably a little cheaper. And we're going to have auntie and nephew's night at some point. But they like wearing them. Like my oldest nephew just likes wearing it randomly, like I do. because they're cozy. They're like not, this one specifically is like not too thin or not too thick that it's like still nice to wear like fall time. And I like to be cold when I sleep and then like have something warm on. So this is like a good middle ground. Okay, so that's our November layout. I don't think I'm gonna do the Christmas one today. I think I'm gonna get off here in a second and just kind of give myself some more chill time because I'm getting tired girl lately. I am gonna at some point though, next week, 8 o'clock next week as usual. I just got my PBC order in from mail. She's in Florida, so that's why it took a little longer because she had like 2 weeks of hurricane stuff. At some point soon, we're gonna be doing a Reputation collab video. But I got some fun stuff from her. I got some YouTube stuff. And I got this one for trivia. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes to put on trivia nights. I thought that was funny. But this is the cool rep layout I'm excited about. And then I picked up another Eras Tour one for my last show. I'm so sad. Except I'll probably use a sticker party one because I'm going with Erica from the sticker party. So I feel like I should use her stickers. But I'll use this for like probably memory keeping, honestly. And then I got some checkbox or like tracker boxes. And then this is the kit I got for, I got Mallory's. So I'm going to be using like our stars stencil for sure. I'm actually designing a lightning bolt one like this. It won't be out for you guys, but I'll probably use it to be honest. So we got some fun things to use for my spread. We'll be using that next week. And then probably also do the Christmas movies layout because I know those will start here pretty soon. I want to say last year they started like on Halloween, so we'll get that up and running really soon. As far as new releases go, like I said, the plan sale, it's officially over, but I have extended it through tomorrow night at midnight, 20% off. We have this is another one I'll use when I did that because she has the camo hat in there. I'll use this 3-piece camo one. So that's one of the new ones. And then we have the awareness ribbon and the vote and the like stars and the stars and stripes. So again, like kind of votey, but like this is the only like real like vote one. You know what I mean? And then we have our hockey stuff. So we have our hockey player pattern and then just our hockey one, the sticks and pucks, and then just the sticks and then just the pucks and then the skates. Like I said, like I'm in like this pattern of like, there's this like design of like patterns are just making sense to me. So like these kind of patterns, you're going to see a lot of soon, like in the near future. And then I did show you the two that we used tonight. These two stencils that we used tonight are two of our new ones. So this amazing, like I said, this is my favorite new one for sure. And then this one actually is really growing on me from using it. I really like this one too. So that is the falling leaves pile and the pumpkins and sunflowers, or sunflowers and pumpkins. And then a lot of like Thanksgiving and late fall patterns. So like the turkey dinner and like the squash. I think this was a, I don't know what this one was. It's in here, I'm sure. I don't know. Oh, this was the pumpkin pie one for sure. Let me put that in there actually. So this is the pumpkin pie one, and then just like the pumpkins and leaves. So a lot of like really late fall stuff. Thanksgiving-y, get your turkeys, and like this is a sunflower and a pumpkin pie and the leaves and the candles and the drumstick. Like kind of like more of like the like Thanksgiving kind of fall. Like your turkeys and your pilgrim hat and your acorns. And then this one's really funny. Like somebody requested this specifically. And I just loved that. Like the dancing I call it dancing turkeys. And then you have like your drumsticks. And then just your regular turkeys. And then your turkey feet, like tracks, I guess. And then like I was saying, here are the plan freebies. every order will get this. And I believe I still have some of the sampler packs left. So if you order and you're in that first whatever many, you'll get a sampler pack from some other shops. If you are on an email subscribers list, you'll get this Books and Bats stencil for free, just as with an order, just as long as you're subscribed to our emails at the time of your order. And to subscribe for your to our emails, it's at the bottom of our website. It just says like subscribe. And then if you order over 50, you'll get this like Hello Fall. I kept the freebie simple this time. I kind of burned myself out with the PVC freebies. So yeah, that's it. That is everything. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to call it a night early just because I'm tired. I want to get in the shower and go to bed. I feel like even though I spent like the last 2 days sleeping, I still feel like I just have so much to do. And yeah, but that's it, you guys. Have a good night. I will see you guys for sure back here next Tuesday, if not sooner. I don't know. We'll see. This weekend's kind of busy though, so probably not. So we'll see you guys Tuesday. Bye.